Hello and welcome to Round 4 Flicks. We're back with a new video, and similar to our previous Top 10 Best Action Movies videos, we've avoided picking widely acclaimed and well-liked movies in favor of choosing obscure and undervalued movies that you could like. This collection of action movies is accompanied by humor, thrills, and top-notch plotlines that raise the overall caliber of the picture. Please share your favorites in the comments section. Which movies on this list have you previously seen, and which do you plan to watch later? Let's now begin the video. Number 10. The Sleepover. Trish C. is the director of this action comedy movie. The story revolves around two siblings, Clancy and Kevin, who are sleeping over with their friends when they learn that their mother is an experienced criminal who is currently in protective custody but is immediately drawn back to that lifestyle when her former gang tracks her. Over the course of a non-stop action-packed night after her mother is compelled to take a final project, Clancy and her friends work together to free her mother. This is not a straight-up action movie, but it does have some entertaining action as well as a humorous element, a terrific mystery plot, and lots of hilariously funny scenes. Number 9. The Debt Collector. Jesse V. Johnson is the director of this action drama movie. The story centers on a French combat veteran who accepts a position as the gang's loan collector. Initially, though, he and Sue paired up to travel around town to collect money for the mafia, making the assignment appear easy enough. The plot is ridiculous and the characters aren't really engaging, but soon after their employer betrays them and drags the two into a situation that is far riskier than they could have ever imagined, causing them to turn to extreme methods in order to escape. The action is exciting and potent. After a devastating fight at the end of the first movie, they return to their duties in the sequel. Since there isn't much of a plot, you'll like the movie if you just want to watch some furious action. The two key advantages are the brutal battles and the compelling main characters. Number 8. Without Remorse. It is an action thriller movie based on Tom Clancy's 1993 book of the same name. The story revolves around John Clark, a highly decorated military commander who uncovers a global conspiracy while investigating the killing of his wife. It all starts when a mercenary group kills his family as retaliation for his involvement in a secret mission. Following the incident, John pursues the assailants at any cost and teams up with a fellow Marine and an unknown agency officer in an effort to uncover a covert plot that could send the country into a civil war. Along the way, John struggles with his loyalty to his country and his sense of self-respect, and he must fight his enemies without hesitation in order to prevent destruction and reveal the powerful forces behind the plan. Even if the premise is unclear and could have been amazing like other Tom Clancy characters like Jack Ryan, Michael B. Jordan's presence, and some good action make the movie enjoyable. Number 7. DAYSHIFT. It is an action comedy horror movie and one of the most watched Netflix original movies. The plot of the story is set in a world where vampires and humans coexist alongside human organizations hunting the vampires down because they want to dominate the day. The main plot centers on Bud Jablonski, a member of the International Organization of Vampire Hunters whose main source of income is the capture and execution of vampires. His family is struggling financially and is unaware of his work, so in order to meet his needs, he accidentally killed a legendary vampire, setting off the events that resulted in a pack of vampires pursuing him and his family. You will surely like the frantic action and the entertaining plot, despite the fact that it isn't really creative. Number 6. The Losers. Sylvain White is the director of this action thriller. The story revolves around a special forces team that was sent into the forest to carry out an operation to eliminate Sikhs. But after being cruelly betrayed by a powerful opponent within the organization, they were abandoned and left to die. They are later believed to be dead, but the group emerges alive. This is not a spoiler. You can see it in the trailer as well. Following their escape, the group decides to resolve the matter with the assistance of a mysterious woman named Aisha, a beautiful agent with her own hidden agendas. They cooperate while keeping entirely disguised in order to track down a malicious foe who wants to engage humanity in a war of superior technology. Fans of the action genre will appreciate the film's compelling plot and stunning action scenes, but the ensemble is unquestionably its greatest strength. Those who are expecting something special might not be as impressed with a more general audience. Even though the film had an outstanding cast, it could have been much better. It is still decent enough to be worth seeing. Number 5. Triple Frontier. It is an action-adventure movie that J.C. Chandler directed. The story centers on 5 retired members of the Special Forces who reunite to carry out an armed robbery in a small international region of South America. After reuniting, these forgotten heroes set out on this risky mission as their first venture in their prestigious professions, but things quickly spiral out of control and push their skills, commitment, and beliefs to the breaking point, leaving them to deal with a number of unexpected consequences. You're kept on the edge of your seat by the film's epic survival plot, great cast, and excellent performances. If you appreciate action and adventure movies, you won't be dissatisfied with this one because it is shot in stunning locales and the action parts have been filmed superbly. Number 4. Mayhem. Joe Lynch is the director of this action comedy movie. The main character of the story is Derek, who discovers after being wrongfully fired that the legal firm's facility is under quarantine due to a strange and dangerous illness. At the same time, as the illness spreads, the victims begin to exhibit their strangest emotions, and chaos breaks out in the office in an attempt to find out the truth. While the plot may seem formulaic, it is entertaining, so it shouldn't matter. Derek teams up with an old client who has a vendetta of her own, and the two of them engage in a survival battle to get officials on the highest floor and escape unharmed. The story combines comedy and horror, and has a ton of action which fully justifies the film's name. Number 3. The Equalizer 2. Antoine Fuqua is the director of this action thriller movie. The Equalizer 3 is scheduled to be released on September 1st, 2023, which is wonderful news. You can still watch the second installment even if you haven't seen the first movie and go see the first one later. The story of The Equalizer 2 centers on the mysterious Robert McCall, who practices vigilante justice. However, when thugs kill McCall's best buddy, the crime strikes him extremely personally, driving him to swear to seek vengeance and face a group of skilled killers who would stop at nothing to get rid of him. The narrative in The Equalizer 1 differs in that Robert McCall defends the girl from the hostile criminals. The first movie's action scenes were spectacular, and even the second movie excelled in terms of action. This movie takes action to the next level and is a must-see for action movie fans. Despite the plot appearing predictable, there is plenty of intensity that keeps you interested and makes the action more thrilling and enjoyable. Number 2. District 13. Pierre Morel is the director of this action thriller movie. The story is set in modern-day Paris and revolves around Damien, a member of an advanced intelligence unit, who is required to enter a dangerous area in order to neutralize a device that a ruthless gangster by the name of Taha has stolen. When Taha steals a weapon of destruction, Damien and Leto must work together to neutralize it and prevent Taha from wreaking havoc. On the other side was a young man named Leto, an innocent rebel who is troubled by Taha's power and has pledged to stop him. The fact that this is a French movie with English subtitles might make you want to avoid it, but if you don't mind doing so, you'll like it for the fast-paced, intensely violent action that never stops and the thrills that will keep you on the edge of your seat that may not have a grand backdrop or bizarre locales. But its realism is what distinguishes this film from the others on our list. If you like movies like The Raid and The Night Comes for Us, you won't be disappointed. Number 1. The Nice Guys. Shane Black is the director of this action comedy movie. In order to investigate the kidnapping of a little girl named Amelia, a fierce mercenary named Jackson Healy and a professional detective named Holland March are compelled to team up. However, everything begins when Amelia vanishes, and the situation becomes more complicated when it emerges that Holland March wasn't the only person searching for the young woman after these occurrences. In order to uncover the conspiracy and learn what happened to her, Holland and Jackson are forced to collaborate. However, while they complete their assignment, they may encounter a premeditated conspiracy as well as a world run by insane gangsters. Aside from the excellent action, the narrative is very interesting and has some humorous twists. Although it occasionally comes across as excessively cheesy, this movie is a lot of fun and has fantastic cinematography, amusing gags, and a sharp sense of humor. That is all for today. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel to view future videos about suggested movies and television shows.